Okay, we're in my kitchen. So what we're going to do is clean up the brasswork from the body and the tender. And to tell you the truth, let me see if I can focus this in. I already tried to get rid of these finger marks from the tender, and they were already on there when I got it. So this is out of the box with cleaning soda, but they didn't come off. So I'm going to move over to something else, to a cream cleaning stuff. Problem is, I've heard that there's additives in this product. That means you have to be very careful afterwards when painting. It might affect the painting. So if this works out with this cleaning product, then if it does clean up, after that I'm going to go back to giving the stuff a clean in a cleaning soda bath. So we've got a bit of lukewarm water in there. Just wet that a bit, and we've got some of this stuff. Pull it on and see what happens if we scrub it. Bring it out just a second. Oh, that's better. It will be scouring the surface, but that's not a real problem, because before painting it I'm going to be roughing up the surface with 400 grade sandpaper. Give it a quick rinse. Apply a bit more. And I'm trying to obviously on the Okay, I've stopped the original version of this particular video, and with hindsight I've decided to make a modification to what I put in the video. You saw in that first section of the video that I was cleaning the bodywork with that liquid abrasive, and I did say that it contained silicone. And yeah, later on the original video went on to talk about treating it again with cleaning soda, and the idea was that then it would be okay. Well, that is actually not true. It wasn't okay. What you see on the table now is to check before actually spraying the bodywork of the Loco, to check that everything was okay. I got myself a tin can. This is actually an old cat food tin can, and I treated it exactly the same way as I did the bodywork. So that's cleaned it up, scrubbed it up with that liquid abrasive, cleaned it in cleaning soda, and then what I actually did was I degreased it with white spirit, rough keyed the surface with 400 sandpaper, degreased again, painted it with etching primer from a rattle can, and then gave it some coats, some top coats of the colour that I'm going to paint the Loco. So you've seen in this video now the preview of what the Loco is going to be, the colour that the Loco is going to be. And lo and behold, the silicone is still on there. Now I don't know whether you can see that. You see them little spickles in there? I'll see if I can get that right on the camera so you can see it. And what I'll also do is I've got a couple of close-up photographs, so I'll edit them into the video as well. What you see there, let me see if I can see whether you can focus that close. Yeah, see them spickles there? that is silicon contamination on the surface, on the metal surface. So that particular solution does not work. So let's just put that back down. Refocus the camera. I'm now going to bring in a second tin. I'll just put the other one aside. This second tin was prepared in exactly the same way, with the abrasive solution rubbed down with the abrasive solution, and then the cleaning soda on it. However, after that, after digging around on internet and talking to some mates, what I then did with this particular tin was I treated it with some acetone. Don't know whether you can see that, with acetone. You can get this. I got this from a do-it-yourself warehouse. It is reasonably brutal stuff. Make sure you use it in a well ventilated place, and when you open the bottle, you immediately you smell sort of like that old-fashioned glue that you used to put plastic models together years ago. It smells like that. It's also a component in nail varnish remover. How I applied it to the bare metal, if you like, was I had one rag, and I soaked it in the acetone, and then carefully wiped all over the whole surface in all the nooks and crannies and everything. And then I left it for a couple of minutes, and then with a clean dry rag I wiped off any surplus that was on there. And what I did then, I just left it for a couple of minutes, and then I came across this stuff. I got this from a friend, or I got this recommended from a friend. It's it's a Dutch bottle, but it's a degreaser. I don't know whether you can get it in other parts of the world, but it's a degreaser that's well known over here by folks that work that are professional painters. They use this to degrease, and it smells of pine cones. Anyway, with this stuff I diluted it 1-on-1, and then again with a new cloth went all over the surface of this can, and then let that dry thoroughly. What I then did was key the surface with 400 sandpaper, and then just before painting I just wiped over with white spirit, and then the same thing, etching primer, and then top coats. And if you look here, you will see there is no silicon contaminant, and so I am well pleased with this. I'm happy, and I've got a couple of close-ups. I'll probably put a couple of close-ups in there as well on the video to show you. But that is a solution then. If you've got one that is got silicon contaminant, the solution, if you've got silicon on your model, on your metal model, don't use it on plastic, acetone, it'll melt it, but on metal, is to use a combination of acetone and a good degreaser, and then you're ready to go to paint as normal. Okay, this is a quick update on the running in of the locomotive chassis. As you can see here, I brought it indoors. I'm not in my shed, I'm in my room. I've got the window open, and I've got it running on blocks. Why? Because I couldn't hear any chuff. I couldn't hear the regarding the timing and the valve timing. I couldn't hear any exhaust note of any choice. So I thought I'd bring it in here and just put it on blocks, and then perhaps I can hear the exhaust note. But yeah, there's hardly any exhaust note here either. So what I've decided to do is, I'm just going to get hold of it, is fit one of these guys. And I don't know if you can see that. This is a Summerland chuffer with an FX control in the top. So and that's going to be fitting, obviously that fits over the exhaust pipes. That fit over the exhaust pipes. So I'm going to be taking the smoke box off and putting this on, then hopefully then I can actually hear the exhaust note of the locomotive. So that's going to be the next job. And what I've decided to do is also sort of with regard to the valve timing, well at least that's my excuse, I'm going to temporarily fit the body, the clean body, and I'm going to temporarily put the tender together. I'm going to fit the radio control, and then I'm actually going to run it on a track with some stock behind it, so it's actually going to be doing some work, the locomotive, and then I can sort of perhaps gauge what I need to do with the valve timing better then. So that's going to be coming up. Quiet, isn't it? But also with regard to trial fitting some of the stuff, if the radio control is on there, then I've got I'm sure then that that the body fits okay with all the radio control gear on. And then I'm going to also temporarily fit the oh, hang on, there's a lorry going past. Yeah, then I can also temporarily fit the Locoworks detailing parts, such as the boiler bands and sandboxes and so on the front. Just find out what the best position is for them and fit them. And then we'll go for a couple of trial runs, and then we'll take off what is necessary to take off for the painting. Just to let you know, on this piece of paper, let's move across this piece of paper here, so that you can see that there. Let me try and get it in focus. I've done 8 runs at the moment, and sorry, I've done 8 sessions at the moment. And for me, a session is a run in forward gear and a run in reverse. Now I wanted to do 15. I'm now on 8. This is going to be number 9. This is now in forward gear. I'm going to do it in forward gear and reverse, and then we'll crack on with the work that I told you about earlier. A problem so far with running, the only thing that I've got at the moment is I think I've got a very small leak by the T-junction of the superheater at the front here between the 2 cylinders. So once I take the smoke box off to sort that out, then I'll give that a tighten. And that's the only thing I've got at the moment. Oh, blowing off. Well, you can see that blowing off.